The football season is heating up, and as the games continue to come in thick and fast, certain teams are becoming more and more vulnerable. And if something doesn't change quickly, they could be in massive trouble before the end of the season. Who are some of these teams? That's what we're here to find out. These are 10 teams in need of a massive reset right now. We'll start with Barcelona. They're still second in La Liga, but their season is already looking bleak. After the very successful 2024-25 season they had, it now looks like the team is either exhausted or lacking motivation, or both. They have lost their biggest games of the season and have looked pretty shaky in others. It feels like many teams have now found a way to beat their offside trap, and it has left Barcelona super vulnerable. 10 games into the season, they already find themselves 5 points behind Real Madrid at the top of La Liga, and they're now closer to 5th than they are to 1st. This is surely not where they want to be, but the season is still very long and they still have time to retrace their steps. But for them to have a successful season, they need a massive reset right away. The coach might need to tweak the system a little bit, evolve the offside trap, or find a way to inject a fresh mentality into the squad. Something new just has to happen. And you can say the same thing about Liverpool. They spent a lot of money in the summer, so it's pretty crazy that we're saying this already so early in the season, but it's so obvious that they desperately need a reset. They have now lost 4 Premier League games in a row and find themselves 7th on the Premier League table, closer to 16th than they are to 1st, and below Manchester United on the table. It's all so ugly right now, and if they don't fix up, the season could end up being really horrible for them. There's still a lot to play for in the League and Champions League though, but Slot needs to switch things up fast. He needs to figure out what his best 11 is, how to bring the best out of his new signings, and find a solution to the team's defensive issues. He will have to make some big decisions in the process, but this is something he must do, and do very quickly. Now, there's one more Premier League team on this list. Can you guess who they are? Take a shot in the comments, we'll see if you're right soon. While you're there, make sure you're clicking away on the like and subscribe buttons so you never miss out on our amazing content. Let's go to Italy and talk about Juventus. The old lady have been looking very old of late. They find themselves 8th in Serie A and 25th in the Champions League. Considering they finished 20th in the Champions League and 4th in the Serie A last season, this is an issue that has gone on for way too long already and desperately needs to be addressed. The Italian Giants need a massive reset right now, and that will start with their choice of coach. They sacked Igor Tudor after a run of 8 winless games, showing that they recognize that they need something new, but they have to ensure that they make the right decision this time. This is the 3rd coach they've sacked since last year, so it's obvious that they have not been getting it right on that front. They must make sure to do it differently this time around if they really want to save their season. Another European giant who belongs on this list is Ajax. They find themselves 4th on the Eredivisie table after having failed to win half of their first 10 games of the season, but worse still, they're rock bottom of the Champions League table, having lost all 3 of their opening games in the competition, conceding 11 goals and scoring only 1, which even came from the penalty spot. If they do not fix up, this already ugly season could get even uglier for them, which would just be so embarrassing for a club as big as Ajax. They need a reset, and they need one very quickly. Speaking of giants at the bottom of the Champions League table leads us to Benfica. They, just like Ajax, have lost all 3 of their opening Champions League games and find themselves at the bottom of the table. They have already changed coaches this season, sacking Bruno Lage and bringing in Jose Mourinho, but not much has changed since then. Perhaps Mourinho needs a little time to get his team playing how he wants them to play, but he needs to reset that team very quickly before it's too late. Still on teams at the bottom of tables, let's also talk about Borussia Mönchengladbach. Would you believe that they are currently last on the Bundesliga table, having failed to win a single one of their first 8 league games? It's really incredible how these guys find themselves in this position right now. Just 5 years ago they were playing Champions League football, but now they're at risk of suffering relegation. They definitely need a reset to get themselves out of this mess, and it's going to have to be a massive reset, because they're in a gigantic mess right now. Do you know who else is in a gigantic mess right now? Fiorentina. How the heck did these guys go from 6th in Serie A just last season to 18th this season? They still have Moise Kean, Edin Dzeko, David De Gea, Tariq Lamptey, and many other top players, but they failed to win any of their 8 opening league games. They need to figure out what has gone wrong, fix it ASAP, and get themselves out of the relegation zone. They definitely do not belong there. Rangers as well need a big reboot. The Scottish Giants have been so terrible this season, they find themselves bottom of the Europa League table after losing their opening 3 games of the competition. They are also 5th in the Scottish Premiership after recording just 2 wins in their opening 9 games. They just recently hired a new coach, and the fans will be hoping that Daniel Royal can inspire that needed reset, starting from the League Cup final against deathly rivals Celtic right at the beginning of November. Now, the other Premier League club on this list is West Ham. 2 years ago, they were celebrating a European trophy. Just last year, they were playing in the quarter-final of the Europa League, but now they're staring relegation in the eye. Things have been going downhill since the club sacked David Moyes, but the London club must now get their house in order very quickly. They have already changed coaches this season, but not much has changed since then, as they still find themselves 19th on the table, having won just 1 of their opening 9 games. Perhaps the reset the club needs goes beyond a change of coach, or does Nuno just need time? Whatever it is, West Ham need to just figure it out quickly. The management must get back to the drawing board and rebuild the team from the ground up. And you know what? We can make that exact same statement about Goal 90. Yes, us. We are obviously in need of a massive reset. If you have been following us, then you would know exactly why we say this. We have been rocked, challenged, and tested. Now, we must begin to rebuild the team from the ground up, which is what we're trying to do right now. But of course, we can't do this without you. So do show us some love in the comments, slap a like on the video, and subscribe to the channel. We can build Goal 90 again together. If you enjoyed this video, yeah, you already know what to do. Catch you in the next one. Goodbye.